It's the 14th of March 2025. You're welcome, all the viewers all over the world on today's program. You're welcome. Thank you so much for joining us. Wow. Many thanks to viewers that have been supporting us on this platform. We appreciate you all. It is TGIF. TGIF. Thank God it's Friday. Thank God it's Friday. Of course, we have our respondents here, just like we have our viewers watching all over the world, and they are ready to dissect important issues with us this morning. Thank you so much. All right, Oyeze is here. Oyeze, we have also Mr. Femi here, Ben Jack, and the likes. Good morning to you, Oyeze. How are you doing, sir? You're welcome on the program this morning. All right.
It's a Friday already. This is a Friday edition of City Stand. And thank you for your support. Yesterday, day before yesterday, yesterdays, let me put it that way.
Yeah.
Yes, and of course, we still want to celebrate you. I will continue to celebrate you. Thank you for standing with us. God bless you all.
All right. Thank you so much, Chinedu Michael.
Yeah, welcome to another beautiful Friday. We say thank you for always being there for us. As I usually say that as you stand with us at Global City Stand, may God continue to stand with you. You will not be lonely, you will not suffer. Hunger will not locate you by the special grace of God. Thank you for always being there for us.
All right, thank you so much, Ben Jack. Good morning to you. How are you doing, sir?
Good morning, fine. Today is Friday, weekend, a very good weekend. And reviewers, may good Lord, the Lord holds the Prince of Peace. Be with you people and your family and your friends. Wherever you are, remain blessed and be protected by God Almighty. Thank you.
All right, thank you so much, Ben Jack. All right, in the UK, we welcome you on the program this morning. In the US, viewers watching us there, we say welcome on the program. Germany, we say welcome on the program. Spain, welcome. In Canada, we say welcome. Australia, Greece, Sweden, Poland, Brazil, Portugal, all over the world. United Kingdom as well, South Africa, and Nigeria, the great country. Viewers watching us all over, in and out of Nigeria, we say welcome on the program. This morning we have different topics on our dailies this morning. Very, very important ones to be discussed. The Vanguard newspaper is here with us this morning, and the Nation newspaper. What are they saying? What is trending? What are these news all about? We shall be looking at it. Quickly to the tax reform bill that is still ongoing in the National Assembly. You know, the tax reform bill that is going on in the House. Let's see what we have there. Reps adopt 7.5% VAT, reject increase to 15%, reject inheritance tax, approve committee's reports. We await details of approval before comment, says Nasima. Now to other one. Who am I seeing here? The vice president of the country, Shetima, and I'm also seeing the incumbent president of the country, Bola Tinubu, as well as the Senate president. Godswill Akpabio. What are they doing? What are they doing? All right, during the breaking of Ramadan fast with the leadership of the Senate at the presidential villa yesterday, they were there. The vice president, the current president of the country, and the Senate president. You can see them here. All right, Rivers State crisis. We will shock Tinubu if Fubara is impeached. We will shock President Bola Tinubu if Fubara is impeached. This is Egbesu, Egbesu, not talking about this here. You can go to page 7 of the Vanguard newspaper to see more of the story. Now to page 26. Nigeria on the brink, but there is hope, says Catholic bishop. Nigeria on the brink, but there is hope. This is what Catholic bishops are saying. There is still hope for the country, despite what we are currently facing. Tinubu has performed very well. Who is saying this? Peter Obi. The president has performed very well. Peter Obi is saying this. That's an irony. Irony. Because I've read the story irony of what he's saying here, that the president has performed very well. We will enact Fly Nigeria Act to boost local airlines, says Festus Kiyamo. That's on page 9 of the Vanguard newspaper. Millions of Nigerians still struggling with poor internet access. Millions of Nigerians still struggling with poor internet access, says Minister. Now, quickly to Lagos Calabar Coastal Highway. Obasanjo, free not use road when completed. Obasanjo free, not Obasanjo free not to Obasanjo free not to use road when completed, says the works minister David Umahi. Obasanjo was criticizing it yesterday, saying that it's just a waste. But the minister, the works minister Umahi, is saying that you are free not to use the road when it's completed. For 50 years, we were spending money belonging to unborn generations, says Tinubu. That's on subsidy. So the Nation newspaper, what's the Nation telling the Nation this morning? Tinubu reforms saved us from bankruptcy. Another one, no more reliance on costly borrowings, says Edun. Akpabio gets second confidence vote in 2 weeks. Akpabio, the Senate president, gets second confidence vote in 2 weeks. Natasha files contempt of court suit against Senate President orders. Thank you so much for joining us once again. We appreciate all the viewers. Let us kickstart the program fully. All right, Friday morning, August 10th, all the way from Lagos, Nigeria. I'll be saying thank you to all our viewers for joining us this morning. You can join the conversation by commenting your opinions in the comment section. Yeah, your opinions are needed on today's topic, and we expect you to comment your opinions in the comment section. We'll read your opinions out. Like I said, on the platform, both the reviewers and viewers are all reviewers. All right, looking at today's topic, what is it? Yeah, Obasanjo, Buhari, that's the former president of the country and the incumbent president, Ashwaju Bola Tinubu. He said they are the worst in corruption. Both Tinubu and Buhari are the worst in corruption. What does this statement made by the former president of the nation signifies?
It signifies that the government, maybe coming from the report is coming from an inside report that the former president has got. Remember that Obasanjo is still very active and influential in Nigerian politics. So, as a former ex-president, he has access to information, and especially he was looking at, the cross Calabar Lagos coastal road, that is taking almost close to $20 billion or 20 billion, to complete. While we have a similar project somewhere that take up to more than 5 countries, and they pay the smaller. So he looking at that thing. I think it's from that angle that he made that statement. That there is massive corruption going on in APC government. It's not only talking about Tinubu. He also extended it to the last administration, where it is being expected that it was being said on daily basis that the kind of massive corruption that's been recorded, even though they come out on daily basis to pretend as if they were sent. But we know, Nigerians know, the aim of every politician is to, dip their hand into the national coffers and make the way with, especially when it comes to projects like this. There's no way a government can just go into the national purse, dip their hand there, and begin to, they come up with a program, they come up with a project, they come up with a plan, they come up with activities, they come up with a policy. And if you look at that policy, it is what they will use now to go to the accountant general or whoever, or CBN or whatever, and demand for as much as they want. You can see what is happening in National Assembly. Even at National Assembly, there is we started hearing padding of the budget and there. You understand? So Nigeria was giving birth in corruption. Nigeria runs on corruption, and Nigeria pray they will not die in corruption.
All right, apart from the Calabar Lagos coastal highway that Obasanjo complained about, that's wasteful spending, by the administration of President Bola Tinubu. We also made mention of the 21 billion naira spent on the apartment or the house of the vice president of the country, which he called a misplaced priority. Don't you think truly it's a misplaced priority?
God, that is an absolute
21 billion naira.
recklessness. I can tell you very well, recklessness, misplaced of interest, misplaced of agenda. Because where was Obasanjo living? Where was Obasanjo staying? Where was Namadi Sambo, staying? Where were all these vice presidents? Where were they staying? Where were the senators staying? These are the things when you look at, you begin to wonder. Let me tell you, when you see such budgets being presented or such money, being signed for this kind of cosmetic projects, you begin to wonder. Like I explained here, as I said here, a few minutes ago, that these are just, the conduit, a way of, looting. They will just come up with this kind of project. When they come up with this kind of project, look for a way, to use it, to make billions, or give it as contract to, their cronies to satisfy one or two people. So as a result of that, they it times the budget by 100 times, so that they'll be able to have enough to line up their pockets. If you go and value 21, bro, do you know what is called 21 billion just to paint a particular house? No, they have not started today. We have been seeing this kind of thing for a very long time. Nigerians have been seeing it, and you expect that Nigerians are going through a lot of many Nigerians cannot be able to earn up to 100,000 or 500,000 per annum, and somebody is standing one day and spending over 21 billion just to renovate a house. I don't know what that actually means. Maybe they go to.
That's the new official residence for the vice president. But what happened to the former one?
That's what I'm saying.
Why the wasteful spending?
That's what I'm saying. That even if it's a new this thing they want to a befitting place, according to that they want to give to the office of the vice president. Must it be up to that amount? Cannot be up to that amount. What is the excess? Another person will come now. They say, no, I don't like this one now. The budget another one, running to hundreds of billions of naira. But what I'm saying is that where Obasanjo was staying as the vice president, wouldn't it be conducive for Shetima to stay there? At least that money would have been channeled for maybe something else, even if it means renovating all the prisons in Nigeria. It would have been better. Or even to orphanage or to support charity in one way or the other, it would have been better.
Like what someone said to me, he said it's a way of taming Shetima. It's a way of keeping Shetima silent, on some of his policies that are affecting the northerners.
God, this one cannot save anybody. Anybody that is telling you because they built a house for the office of the vice president, that's just to make him silent on some issues. Shetima himself is not a billionaire. He's a billionaire now. You know how long he has been in the system there in Borno State. He's a billionaire. So I don't know the kind of unless maybe he will not be using AC in that house. He will not be using electricity in that house, or he will not be even be drinking water. Maybe if you want to take his breakfast, you fly to London and take his breakfast and come back. You understand? Or you want to eat rice, they will now order rice from far away Afghanistan, or they will just order rice from Amsterdam or somewhere every morning for breakfast and all that. Or the house they are going to build for him will be producing food. I don't understand. That's what I'm saying now. All these things now, all these paparazzi and everything. At the end of the day, where is Abacha now? Where are all these people? What matters most is what you are able to transfer to humanity in terms of leadership, in terms of integrity, in terms of building, a solid foundation, that will help the nation to, grow. When somebody look, Shetima live in this kind of house, me, I want to live in the air. And before you know it, the National Assembly will start struggling how they're going to build the council for the vice president in the air. Those are the things we don't need. We don't need all those things. They can manage, they can stay. If they want Nigeria, they can stay in where, at least if it is maybe it doesn't like, they can change the furnitures in that place. You understand? It's still wood. I don't know whether they are used gold to build their own chair. It's still wood. They're going to put in 21 billion. Only that it's just an avenue to siphon money. That's what I know, and there's no two ways about it.
All right, given his own records, as the former president of the country, I'm talking about Obasanjo. Does he have that moral authority to criticize people like Buhari and Tinubu?
Yes. Let me tell you. I think at every point in time, man come to a point of reality and understanding.
Reality and understanding.
Yes. Obasanjo was also involved in corruption. Agreed. Yeah, to an extent, But his last presidency, I'm not talking about in those when they were during the era of Abiola, Shagari, them and the rest of them. You understand? But after he came out from the prison and became president, Obasanjo was very, very prudent in trying to make Nigeria work. If it is on that note they are looking at say he was corrupt, I can tell you that Obasanjo is better than all of them in terms of prudence, in terms of making Nigeria work, in terms of carrying everybody along, in terms of providing leadership, in terms of building solid. Bro, do you know what it takes somebody like Obasanjo to move around the world before Nigeria? We are just coming out from the military era where almost everything collapsed under IBB, Abacha, and the rest of them, NHNEC and the rest of them. He came as the president. He was able to put a lot of things in place, worked so very hard to get international support, foreign investment, so many things, create a lot of institutions, try to an extent that Nigeria, the entire debt of the whole nation was written off by the IMF and the rest of them, and the World Bank. So Obasanjo did some things that at least to an extent you will know that he has come to a point, of understanding that no, this is not about me anymore. This is about a nation. But you look at these people, even at that age they are now, you can see the way they are siphoning money. I'm not saying that during Obasanjo era there was no issue of corruption. There were issue of corruption, especially some of his loyalists or appointees were also involved. We remember Tony Anini, when he was given a contract to, do Lagos, Ibadan, Benin Express Road and all about, and that money when we can go the issue of electricity too. You understand? So, but what I'm saying is that would you say because Obasanjo had issues or was labeled a corrupt leader, then you also will say, okay, you let everybody continue. After all, our former president, they were all corrupt. Obasanjo was corrupt to an extent, but we are seeing massive, consistent, serial looting on a daily basis.
In this administration, or
both in this administration and in the past administration, okay. Serious looting. Remember, let me tell you that Obasanjo somehow ought to have conscience. The first chairman of EFCC was Nuhu Ribadu.
He created
it. And one of the instructions he gave to Nuhu Ribadu was, please, I'm confused. Nigeria is even confused. Nothing is working. Please, where is all this money, misappropriation? corruption. Where is this money? Do an audit. Find out. Investigate financial crime in Nigeria. And when Nihurubado came up with the report, everybody was amazed that the money that has gone into mysterious hands by omission or by commission is enough to develop the whole of Africa, just Nigeria alone. But do you know what is coming from oil, crude oil? That the money they have siphoned alone in Nigeria is enough to develop Africa. That was when Nihurubado still have small level of insanity. That time they never took corrupt him like now, but now he has been corrupted anyway, where he said the 36 governors are what are all about is corrupt, including the presidency. You can see that level as at that time. You understand that including the presidency, the 36 governors, as at that time, including Bola Tinubu, all of them were included. Nobody was exempted.
Now let me go to the comment section. I bury 10. You're welcome on the program this morning. We appreciate you. Sylvester Wanze, thank you so much for joining us, Sylvester. We appreciate your contribution on the program. Say good morning to everyone.
Good morning.
Thank you, Sylvester. All right, to I bury 10. What was he saying? Why don't Nigerians take their country? A coup? Maybe. I am not sure. I feel like Nigerians are all talk, no action. So suffering continues.
Yes, I remember because this present generation, apart from what we are trying to do here, you can't find it anywhere in Nigeria. What we are doing here is also advocacy. You understand? Maybe my only two way of contributing. See, we cannot lay our hands on arms because, bro, normally, you don't reach that level. You understand? You don't reach that level because when a man wakes up in the morning, there's no means of laying a hand even to drink garri or to drink pure water. I told you one experience I had last December, where the entire family on the 25th morning, what they could only offer, the man could only offer his family is pure water. And that pure water self now the boy, where we are outside, the boy came and demanded for pure water. And the woman refused to give. The boy have to stay there. We start asking questions, and the boy started explaining what is going on inside their domestic home, how they have only pure water to go by. So if you're talking about the era of where we see massive activism in Nigeria, the student union is there, the labor is there. That's why I look at all these things and say, see, the circle of corruption and bribery, bigotry, nepotism, tribalism has eaten into the fabrics of this country deeply to an extent that everything, and that's what the government want to achieve, so that the people will not be able to have a unanimous choice of questioning of movement, to bring government back to themselves. Nigerians themselves have lost government to the leaders there, who are only few of them are sharing. Bros, count all of them, both president, senate president, and all of them. Count all of them. You higher, maybe they are 1 million.
They are not up to the.
No, let me but we are talking about 250 million people held hostage. And then we know the problem that they know that we are bloody civilians, and they know what bloody civilians mean. When they call us bloody civilians, that when we move, if to understand, you understand what I'm saying? We have seen it happen in so many countries. We have seen it happen in Syria when the masses decided enough is enough and decided to move in one direction. But how can we be able to do that when there is bigotry, nepotism, tribalism, bribery, corruption, all the whole 4,000 civil society organizations in Nigeria, all of them don't collapse. Nobody is talking, nobody is saying anything. Can this happen during the era of Fela Nicola Pokuti, Ghanaian Adams, the Oduma Kings, and all the rest of them, people who were active in those days? Can we see this kind of a thing? They forget politicians, they are very smart. They come with all manner of things, and we are working a size patient 15%, 10%, but look at their pockets, they are all billionaires. Go to their respective houses, you see flamboyancy at the highest level. And I'm telling you live, even the lowest councillor, you understand? Now that one goes. It's when that's why I'm saying that, you know, I don't know what the international community is doing in respective nations to power a civil society organization. It should be the work of the United Nations to see that, you know, that the United Nations civil society organization does not compromise. How active is the Nigerian Student Union? They're no longer active. Everything. So Nigeria is getting to a point, you know, like Obasanjo will say, it's going to be a kind of a time bomb when we come into everything will just explode once, just like what happened to ENSAS.
Hearing that
yes. I'm saying,
sitting on a keg of gunpowder, but it has not exploded.
Bro, that's what I'm saying. You know, they are just pointing at indices that, you know, this kind of thing can happen. Be careful. This is what it looks like. You know, we are getting to that point so that you'll be able to know that, you know, when it happens, you'll not be surprised. But let me tell you, there's a bottled up anger already. There's a bottled up anger. Everybody's just holding it by force because of maybe church. They go to church, you say, they give you motivation, you come back. That motivation does not put food on your table.
All right,
you understand?
Let me hold you there. Let me quickly look at what Peter Obi said this morning on our papers. Tinubu has done exactly what he promised. He has done exactly as he promised. And let me quickly read out the story. Former presidential candidate of the Labour Party, Mr. Peter Obi, has taken a swipe as President Bola Tinubu sarcastically praising him for fulfilling his promise to continue where ex-President Muhammadu Buhari left off. Now, Obi criticized Tinubu's government for the manner in which it is handling the economy, stating that Nigeria must now move beyond ethnic and religious politics to focus on competence and capacity.
Yeah.
The former Anambra State governor spoke on Thursday during a visit to Bauchi State Governor Bala Mohammed. Tinubu promised to continue where Buhari stopped. If you look at it, Buhari left the dollar at about 400 naira. Today, it is about 1,500 naira. Rice was about 40,000 naira. That's where Buhari left it. It is now over 100,000 naira. Fuel was about 300 naira. It is now over 1,000 naira. I can go on and on. Everything has doubled and tripled. That is what Peter Obi said. But let's look at the economic performance of President Bola Tinubu. Is it true that the president's economic policy is a continuation of that of his predecessor Buhari?
No, I think that I don't know why Vanguard should report it from this angle. It would have make Nigerians to understand that, you know, you want to attract traffic. You would have make it. This is a clear thing now. Every Nigerian knows, you know. Peter Obi mocks Tinubu's policies. As simple as that. Tinubu, as he says, Tinubu is performing. He's not performing. Tinubu came and said he's going to start from where Buhari stopped, you know, and you know that most of Buhari's policies have been that of how would if I were in the shoes of, let me borrow a word from the late Nicola Kuti, you know, Paco, you know, when no he work na Paco. That's how Fela was able to put it. You know, carpenter when no he work na Paco. Okay, now swear,
I don't you think that the statement he made was just
bro, the statement is
a campaign statement.
Bro, let me tell you, this is purely, you know, from where bro, yes. But you're trying to tell you that both Buhari and Tinubu is a total 0/0.
You said total.
Both, that's what it means. It's 0/0.
But this current president has not finished his own term.
Bro,
it's just about 2 years.
Do you know what? You were here when Olusegun made it very clearly that, you know, we are going to give Tinubu 1 year. After 1 year, we're able to assess his government.
And has he assessed it?
I don't know. I'm telling you now. He has started campaigning. What else? All the money you are seeing they are dishing out now, 250 billion commission this. Now campaign money be that. We know.
But Olusegun himself that said after 1
year.
Bro,
the guy has gone incommunicado. He has been he has gone incommunicado because he would have been disappointed the way I am too. You understand? There are certain things that happens to you. You wonder, say, I thought that this guy would have.
Because I recall
when
he was criticizing
when you watch Nigeria playing Togo, he said Nigeria go win Togo. There's nobody you will ask now. You say, Nigeria go beat Togo like 5-0. But when Togo come back, come beat Nigeria like 10-0, you go say, I think. That's what happened to Woloshenka.
I mean, they talk saying now the referee.
You understand what I'm saying? So a lot of intellectuals are quite disappointed that we are having a sophisticated, pure civilian, not even that has no military background or whatever, coming in as the president, from the southwest, and gotten to that point, we are not able to see anything. You can see the astronomical increase of in less than 1 year.
That's tripled.
I don't know whether from I think it was about 27% inflation rate, and now we are talking about 50%, and it has in less than 2 years. There's something wrong. There is something wrong.
And do you think Obi would have done better?
Bros, let me tell you, he cannot compare somebody that went to university with somebody that went to Abraka. You know what I mean by Abraka? Oluwale now. You know what I mean by Oluwale?
Who went to Abraka?
No, I'm not saying. I'm not giving you.
Who went to university and who went to Abraka?
What I was explaining to you is that see, somebody that went to secondary schools and somebody that went to primary school cannot have the same mental capacity.
Who went to secondary school and who went to primary school?
Bros, in terms of what we are trying to talk about, you asked a question whether Obi would have done better. Go and ask Bala Mohammed what he said about Obi. Go ask him. He's a suffering governor up to now. Ask him. He made a press statement. That Obi is the face of the opposition now. And from what he had, how many lectures have Tinubu gone like Buhari? How many books have Buhari written? How many lectures have you gone and see Buhari address the whole world in terms of this thing? But look at on every forum and every corner, you see Obi speaking at different locations. This is somebody who only knows how to transact politics in Lagos State. Establish alphabet where the tax will be coming. And you can see now, he has imposed tax on Nigeria. Everything, pure water tax, phone call tax, data tax, transaction, POS tax, everywhere tax. That is what he knows how best to do. Apart from that, nothing. And the thing is affecting
the economy. It's part of revamping the economy of the country.
We are waiting now. Let him revamp it. Let us see. Let him do the 360 degrees turnaround. Let us see. That is not what we need. Obi made it very clearly. We need to move out from this consumption thing. Let us move out a bit from consumption.
According to some persons, Rome wasn't built in a day.
Bro, there are certain things. Mike, I told you that Tinubu does not need to do a magic. Face one sector of the economy and get it right. Just one. Just one. Let it be credited to you that yes, this is what I achieved. If it is power, okay, leave road, leave what you for this. First one, let us get one working perfectly. I said it.
All right, Tony, I will hold you here. I'm still going to call you back. Let's quickly have others. If we're already here, let's have Mr. Femi. Good morning to you.
Good morning.
How are you doing, sir? All right, can Mr. Kunle join him? Okay, Mr. Olajide. Sorry before. Oh, Jack, so sorry. All right, no problem. No problem. All right, how you doing, sir? Great morning to you. TGIF, thank God it's Friday. And we have viewers in the comment section greeting us this morning. You're welcome, Zan Kudus. We have Omoregbe Ibinogba here. Thank you so much for joining us. Joshua Igbinosu, you're welcome on the program as well. Charles is also here. We welcome all of you on the program this morning. All right, you're talking about the leadership style of President Bola Tinubu and the former president, who happens to be his predecessor, talking about Muhammadu Buhari, who the ex-president of the country, Olusegun Obasanjo, said they are the worst in corruption. Both Tinubu and his predecessor, Buhari, are the worst in corruption. He cited examples of the wasteful spending in the administration of President Bola Tinubu, which one of them is the 21 billion naira spent on the residence of the vice presidents. And I mean, Shetima. Don't you think that's a wasteful spending? And apart from that, he cited another example, which is the Lagos Calabar Coastal Highway project. That's about 15 point something trillion naira. 15 point something trillion naira. What do you have to say, Mr. Femi?
Anyway, you see, Obasanjo, if you want to say the truth, he has some level of decency. He brought something called protocol. I could remember it was Ezekwesili who first made it to head that thing. Ezekwesili. So protocol means when they want to, award a project like that, it will be open and it will be subjected to some, competition. Who can do it cheaper? Then at the high quality, he brought that one. He brought EFCC. He brought ICPC. There are a lot of things that modify the foundation of Nigeria. That remodify us that time. Nevertheless, it's not mean that Obasanjo was clean. But if you want to mark, I will still give Obasanjo some mark more than this Tinubu. In terms of reckless spending, there's nobody you can compare with Tinubu when we talk about spending money recklessly.
Spending money or projects. Or spending money recklessly.
Let me tell you, there are some spending that you can describe it as a reckless. You see, spending 21 billion naira to renovate Vice President Lodge is recklessness. And to some people like Obasanjo, it will be giving them a headache. When you want to, I will even agree with some trillion of naira spending on Lagos Calabar Coastal Road than Vice President. Okay, what investments is that Vice President's house? Of what profit will it yield for us? 21 billion naira used to renovate. They are not building another one. Have you forgotten? They are not building another new Vice President house now. It's just to renovate. That is a waste. To me, even if they want to renovate, you don't have to spend like 21 billion naira to renovate. Now, I've never heard a project as costly as that in my life.
That's a new official residence for him. A new official one.
Where was he living before? Osibajo, where did he live before? Atiku was a billionaire. Osibajo was not a poor man. Where are they living before? Are they live in the cave? They have a residential house before now. All this kind of a thing, let me tell you. Do you know my conclusion now? My submission is that if Obi was to be president, you may have another dimension of challenge, but not this reckless spending that we are seeing. Even to the extent that when Obi refused to spend money, it may even be becoming problem for us. Mind you, Tinubu is spending recklessly, but even if it is Obi, refusing to spend money when he's supposed to spend money may even be challenging, because some people that are like this, when they even sick, they find it difficult to go and visit a doctor. So for not even releasing the money may be challenge, but spending it recklessly will make it worse. Not releasing the money, people will feel like we are there together now. We don't see Obi fly all around or go and look for one big limousine or buy new. That is a play for. But it may still make us, stay stagnant. But if truth needs to be told, they need to tell President Bola Tinubu reckless. You see, all this money, all these things that Obasanjo point out, I agree with him. I've never. The project beat my imagination. The money beat my imagination. About how can somebody dream of that thing? Think about it. Well, they have not finished the thing, but if to say when they want to approve that project, they make it open and they subject it to normal protocol that come and bid for this project. Not that they will just look for somebody and they will give. By the time they do the audit of what is going on in that place, sometimes you will hear the figure of money, you will just fall down.
But let's be sincere with ourselves. The Lagos Calabar Coastal Highway project, would you call that or call it a wasteful spending? Aren't we looking at the long-term benefits?
Let me tell you, Mr. Michael, at this moment, it's wasteful. at this moment, so as well as Nigeria of today, Nigeria of today, there are a lot of things that is funny. Okay, let me tell you. Do you know that 77,000 that was promised to NYC member up to this moment since last year, they have not paid it? When you are building road, when people are dying of hunger, who is going to apply that road? I've not been to Calabar in my life. And okay, people that are in Lagos, they are dying of hunger. You promise all these children, all this our brother, that they're supposed to go and work directly. A medical student that spent 7 years to finish. After he do that one, he use another 1 year to do. There's another one. Asthma, thank you. 8 years. You see, sir, you should go and spend another 1 year to do service, and you are going to pay him 77,000 naira, and you have not even implemented it, and he will rent house. All this kind of a thing is like you are subjecting, you are gagging some people's destiny. You will not be paying them 30,000, risking their life. Go and serve in Kaduna, go and serve in Zamfara. Honestly speaking, all this kind of a thing, if it is very possible, they should just scrap that NYC. What the purpose of creating it, we have not seen it. It's for the unification of Nigeria. Nigeria is not united, so it has not been able to achieve its purpose, apart from endanger and delay the success of some people. I'm tired of it. So it is true that President Bola Tinubu is spending money recklessly. You see that Lagos Coastal Calabar Road, we don't need it, not now.
Yeah, you are free not to use it when it's completed. That's what
let me tell you, we don't need it now.
If you don't want to use it,
let me tell you,
you can stay in your house.
Mr. Michael, that road is good, but the money that involved is too much. Is too much. I cannot agree with that one. There's nothing, even if I'm supporting President Bola, that one, no, that project. What about other states? Okay, go to UCH Ibadan. For the past 3 months now, no light yet. Those are the key issues that we need to concentrate on now. Look at our power. I mean, our power. Every day, grids collapse. All this kind of a thing, they need attention. Also, not Lagos Calabar Express Road, like almost 20 trillion naira. Go down the line. I mean, that is almost half of our, project in years back. Although the man is gathering money, but gathering money is not enough, but how judiciously you spend it.
All right, to the comment section, Mr. Michael Adekunle, I've watched your show for some time now and can only conclude that Nigerians don't hate corruption. They are only angry that they are not the ones perpetrating the corruption. Joshua, no soon. All right, he said it's on point.
It's on point now. Almost every almost. But I will, to some extent, I still have my reservation. Some people are not corrupt. It may be little, and it's not including me. I'm not including myself, but because you have seen people, you have seen people that prove themselves on a trustworthy note. Was what brought Dora Akoyili in. That's the truth of the matter. We have still seen some police that you think Nigeria police, they are so corrupt. You will still see some, maybe if it is 1% or 0.1%, we still give some police award because they refuse to collect bribe. We still see some Nigeria see money in and return it at the airport, telling you that no matter how worse it is, we still see, even if it is a 0.0 point whatever, we still see it. I don't want to include myself.
Yeah,
I'm not included. But we have seen the exceptional.
A less corrupt politician has said something this morning on our papers, saying that what Tinubu promised us is what we are seeing now. Peter Obi.
Yes, that one sounded sarcasm, but I think what let me tell you, every Nigeria, only what we know is the price of commodity. When government, when anything apart from that one, it doesn't concern us. It's the price of commodity. And when Tinubu was saying that it will continue where Buhari stopped. is about ideology. Removing subsidy was what Buhari wanted to do. In fact, there was no budget for it. Now, attempts to restructure Nigeria, strengthening some institutions, Buhari have started it. Though, because of his own nepotism and bigotry, he couldn't release himself to actually do that thing. But we see it in his body language that he was not feel well because of some things that happened. Buhari make a move to make sure that the State House of Assembly, they have their independence. Governor swallow it. This local government of 18th is about ideology. Buhari fought for local government autonomy. He didn't know how to go about it. So many times governors swallow it, as they want to even swallow it now. So those are the things that Tinubu is talking about. Then issue of grazing and route and some issues that are relating with it. Although the way Buhari was moving, we have reservation about it. But those are the ideology that Tinubu is talking about. That
somebody said Obi would have done better. Charles is here, one of our viewers. Obi will spend the money judiciously, more money judiciously. That's what Charles is saying. That's the reckless, as regards the reckless spending in the administration of President Bola Tinubu. Charles said Obi will spend the money judiciously.
Yeah, no, let me tell you. Spending judiciously. You have seen Obi too in Anambra. One of the best things that people usually, acknowledge about Obi is about leaving 75 billion naira behind. Abi, that 75 billion naira that he left behind, yes, it does it so in Anambra now. And yes, that infrastructure. I prefer infrastructure sometimes than keeping the money, because you don't know the mugun that will come after you. It will just embezzle everything. Do you know that this? I told you that not even releasing money sometimes can cause problem. In the process of I want to be judicious in spending. Not releasing money can stand Nigeria. It can make Nigeria stand still. There are some people that will make Nigeria not working because you release. Let me tell you, everything is about diplomacy. It's about diplomacy. Don't be too hot and don't be too cold. Don't be too like this and a bit release. But one thing that I know is that Obi might not preside over a very much corrupt government. There may be a little bit of monitoring. There will be a little when we withhold the money. That is sense. Scrutinizing it. Yes. Activities. Thank you. So what Obasanjo is telling Tinubu is listening to it, that after you finish your own administration, the corruption under your administration may drop that of Buhari, because it is Buhari everybody is seeing now. Everybody say, hey, if you leave that place, they do forensic analysis about your administration. The corruption under your administration may dwarf that of Buhari.
All right, one of our viewers, Mr. President, came in as a businessman. He must gain back.
Of course, yes, that is the point.
And Charles is saying, what do you expect from Emilokon? Grab it, steal it, run with it, government.
He said, well, Baba,
grab it, steal it, run with it, government.
I don't hear words, but he talk about grab it. He talk about grab it. And grabbing is about, I believe in grabbing. If you don't, if you don't grab,
you grab the power.
You see that who will give you the power? Yes, now. So that idea of grabbing and desperado, Obi need it if you want to become president. It's not a matter of I know English. No matter if it is matter of how good you are. Awolowo will have ruled this country now. Can you compare Obi with Awolowo? So it's not about, like somebody said, that to rule Nigeria is what you need to rule Nigeria is more than just ordinary good mind. I have a good mind. Ordinary good man cannot do it. You listen to Setima. When they say Osibajo, he say Osibajo is a good man now. He's a nice man, but an average Osibajo, what did he say he will be doing that time? Ice cream. A nice man will be selling ice cream in Nigeria. That is the truth of the matter.
All right, Hassan Kudus, before I let you go, NYC is a good program, but the strategy na rubbish with poor output. Wow. I think you are talking about scrapping it.
Yes, yes,
Yeah.
because he couldn't achieve
Okay.
what is meant for.
Meant for.
That is the problem. Is to unify
So
us,
it should be deleted.
but instead of unifying us, we are getting scattered every day.
All right, thank you so
We
much.
just
Femi.
endanger our. I mean, you know how many people that have died in that.
All right, thank you so much, Femi. Okay, Benja, good morning.
Yeah, morning.
You're welcome on the program.
Yeah, that's you. Today is Friday.
Thank God it's Friday.
Yeah.
All right, let's quickly talk about the issues on ground. The former president has spoken, Olusegun Obasanjo, that the recklessness in the administration of Tinubu is too much. It's getting too much. What do you have to say, sir?
Well, what I want to say, before former President Olusegun Obasanjo come to as a president of Nigeria in 1999, he faced a lot of things where the military regime have already hold Nigeria. But in one way, he tried to fix them on. He didn't complain. And he make sure that things, listen, Obasanjo think for what he will do for Nigeria as a president. He think like America. So think for what he will do for America. And he did a lot of things. But when these people kiss him, if the lecturer do it, they think about what he will do for Nigeria before he die. But with Jonathan, they think for what they will do for Nigeria. But when these two people comes in, being former president Muhammadu Buhari and current president being Ahmed Tinubu, I don't think they did not think for what they will do for the nation. They didn't think. If that thing, let me say, if this current one is thinking for what he will do for the nation could have already been changed. Now, in the time of Muhammad Buhari, he moved around all over the country to make sure that foreign investors come. How many of them came? From that 1 year to 8 years, none of them. Now, their lights, they don't have current light. The company that we have in Nigeria, they're moving out because of no steady light. Now, the current president, being Mr. Tinubu, is now moving out to be calling foreign investors. Have you fixed your light? How much is your diesel? There's no light. How do you think that those people will come? And what have you built in Nigeria? Nothing. Instead, they'll be looting money out. Looting money out. Okay, look at vice president. How much they want to take the new office. Look at that sort of money. Where they have a lot of things to do. Ajakuta companies, have they think about it? Have they built it so that things can move well? Nothing. They are just swallowing the money like monkey. When the money is coming out, they'll be pocketing into their pocket. Is it how Nigeria will grow? Instead, Nigeria is going down. Say Nigeria is going down. Yes, what former President Olusegun said is true. These people, they're spending the money anyhow. But to tell you that Nigeria will not survive on it, no matter how it be, Nigeria can never survive. If they say this 8 years, we say, let us say, let this 4 years finish. Say how you hold Nigeria.
Do you think Obi would have done better?
Yeah, Obi own.
Because somebody said in the comment section that till tomorrow he remains the best governor. So
Yeah, he said that
Not
Mr.
Ella.
Tinubu remained the best president. Like, when you're talking about Obi, once Obi comes in, I don't know, in one way, Obi will try his own. But frustration they will give him will make him will not do anything. Because I know that one. The frustration they will give Obi will not do anything. Let's say I will say the truth.
Is Tinubu not frustrated?
Who?
Are they not frustrating Tinubu?
Who? It is the own party that frustrating him.
Is he not being frustrated?
It is the own party, not another party that frustrating him. Is it not among of APC? Is it now? How many days have you come up from APC, enter SDP? It also 2 days. So what is disturbing APC government? They are the one that causing it. They are the one that bringing the problem. Not PDP, not PDP, not other party that bringing the problem. It is them that causing their own problem because they do not think how they will rule Nigeria. They say yes, we need the power, but have we think the way you rule Nigeria, how things will move on in Nigeria? They do not think that way. That's why things are going upside down. Things are not going straight forward.
All right, thank you so much, Benjak. Omorego Igbinowa is greeting you.
Thank you.
Benjak, I greet you, sir.
God bless you.
All right, Charles, Nigeria deserves the leader they get. We condone too much nonsense in the country. All right, what's Christiana saying? Peter Obi is best any day. After he left office, he has never collected 1 naira as pension. What's Baba Yaga saying? The best leader is right in front of us. It's Obi. Everything he said against Obi, that man is just propaganda. Pandora paper. So whether he's making noise over is because Obi has a family business while he was the governor of the state. Okay. But Benjak, not true. If a leader is not corrupt, the followers will follow his step. If a leader is not corrupt, the follower will follow his step. But was Buhari corrupt?
What?
That's the question we need to ask ourselves.
Is it Buhari?
Yeah.
Oh yes.
Was he corrupt?
Why not?
Is Buhari as corrupt as Tinubu? I'm not saying sorry. I'm sorry. I don't want. Tinubu is not corrupt. So sorry. I don't want to indict myself. Is Buhari as corrupt as other presidents?
Buhari is more.
Buhari is more corrupt
More
than Tinubu.
Tinubu starts, and the Tinubu saying when Buhari stop is when he will follow. So the same corruption Tinubu enter too.
So must we followers follow the step of our leaders?
No, if you want to follow. But for I myself,
Even if
will
they
not
are
follow.
going the wrong way, must we follow them?
As they're going the wrong way, who will tell them say stop? How many people have they listened? Do you know how many people have told they say what you are doing is not good? Reverse back.
All right, thank you so much, Benjak. I
Thank
really
you.
appreciate you for coming this morning. Gentlemen, my good morning to you. Welcome on the program. Thank you so much for coming. One of the campaign promises of the former president of the country, Muhammadu Buhari, was killing of corruption in the country. He said he will tackle corruption, but at the end of the day, he was unable to do it. Now, looking at the statement of the former president, Olusegun Obasanjo, that Buhari administration was corrupt. Even the present administration is corrupt. What do you have to say? Is corruption in Nigeria going down, or is becoming too exposed?
Thank you, Michael. Obasanjo's comment on corruption and successive administration after him and all of that. It's partly true, and I think he should have done better by perhaps starting with his own administration. His administration wasn't free of corruption as well. Don't also forget, Michael, that the $16 billion power project still hanging on Obasanjo's neck. I remember vividly that when he was asked, he referred them to one of his books, that the answer to their question is in his book, which I felt is insulting for Nigerians and all of that. So Obasanjo is simply stating the obvious. Now, we all know the level of corruption in our country. We all know that our leaders are wasteful, as we have been deliberating this morning, using 21 billion to fix vice presidents, to renovate, not even to build now, to renovate vice presidents' residence is a sheer waste of resources in an economy that is already bleeding and all of that. So we have leaders that are not ready to sacrifice. They push the sacrifice only to the people. Every time they come on board, you hear one of their statements is that tighten your belt. As we roll on this year, tighten your belt. Why they kept losing their own belts because of how bulgy their stomach has become. So we have leaders that are not willing to sacrifice and are pushing all the pressure on the people, all the pain on. They are not interested in bearing any. They are pushing all the pain on the people, as we have been seeing from one administration to the other, including this very one that we are in. So you begin to wonder that all of a sudden, by the time they are out of power, they begin to make statements that sometimes you will be shocked that this person was in the saddle. You never do some of these things that you are talking about now. How come you? Don't forget, it's also Obasanjo that launched a presidential library where billions of naira was raised for him as a sitting president, which was illegal at that time, and all of that. And he went away with all of those funds. We also have it in history that the President Obasanjo farm used to be Operation Feed the Nation project that was done in the 70s, which metamorphosed into Obasanjo farm Nigeria and all of that. So if you look at the individual that is talking about the level of corruption that we have in our country, uh, uh, and look at the personality of that person, are you also free
Free from this corruption
issue? Why not address yours? Why not talk about what also you have? Our leaders are not accountable in any way. They just felt, okay, I have 4 years, I have 8 years. Let me just finish and go away. They are not accountable to anybody. And they write exam and mark their script themselves. I'll tell you, I mean, I did the best when I was there and all that. So, I mean, it's unfortunate that way.
Are there other ways we can tackle corruption and there's public criticism from our former leaders? Are there other ways?
See,
Because it seems they themselves, these leaders who are not clean, the former leaders that are criticizing the current ones.
Michael, tackling corruption goes beyond setting up an agency like EFCC. I mean, you'll be surprised we have these agencies yet. The problem is endemic. EFCC, ICPC, code of whatever bureau and all of that. We have them that are meant to tackle corruption. But why has it refused to go? We need to do more of a transparent system. We need to be more. We need to, when agencies, ministries, and parastatals submit their budgets, a lot of things are hidden. They put a lot of things. You can just see infrastructure. You don't look at the breakdown. If Nigerians are privileged to see some of the breakdowns of these budgets, they will stone some of these guys. You need to look at what goes into entertainment, what goes into frivolities generally in our budgets, and that is where to start from. We need to be more transparent. A system where billions can be pulled out and nothing blinks. It's a dangerous system. There is an amount that we take out of the UK economy. Something must blink. The system cannot be normal. It will be clear that something has gone wrong. We don't have such a system here. People can pull out certain amounts. People are awarding projects that there's nobody that should be independent. I can't use civil service to achieve that result. Bodies that can be probably a consultant that will be independent of the oath, that can vet whatever thing you are doing, that can say, okay, no, this project is overpriced and all of that. We need to be more open in how we disburse our funds, and that is the beginning of Nigerians getting to know how their money is being spent.
All right, to the comment section. Let's see what Baba Yaga is saying here. When you talk of corruption in Nigeria, Buhari is still the lane walk compared to Bola Tinubu. You guys haven't seen anything. Wait till his second term. All right, we have Akim Adishino right here in the comment section. He has joined us and he's saying that Nigerians need someone like Idiagbon. Is it true that we need somebody like Idiagbon?
Of course, we need somebody that will set
his track record.
That will set the pace. We need somebody that have a track record of not being corrupt. We need somebody that will be ready to look at both the high and mighty in the face and put his feet down. That this is the policy direction. One of the reasons, Michael, I don't want to forget that point. One of the reasons why it has also been difficult to to tackle monumental corruption in our client is because of the fact that some of these financial recklessness are statutory. They are in the books, they are in the law, they are in our laws. You can't do anything about it except to first tinker with the law. Except you first change the law, you cannot do anything about it. Even if Obi is in the saddle today, there are things that will still go away. You can't, for instance, you can't talk about how national assemblies are going to, whatever, how they are going to budget for their activities and all of that. That will be outside of his jurisdiction. He can only, whatever he says at that level will simply be advisory. It will just be an advice. Okay, guys, you guys should work on trimming down. It will be advisory, not. It can only manage what is within the executive as a president. It can only manage what a minister submit as budget and all. As the president, he will not be able to tamper with what goes on in the judiciary, what goes on in the legislative arm and all of that, because some of these problems are statutory and you can do nothing about it except to first correct the laws. The question is that who are the people to correct the law? The same people that are benefiting from the system, from the current program. So how would they ever correct what is benefiting them? Those are some of the things that makes it difficult. Except my recommendation sometimes, it sounds funny. I have always recommended a sincere ruler. That's the word I always use. It has to be a ruler. It's order. No. It's order won't go through any national assembly. We need such a fellow for like 5 to 10 years to really put things in order. Somebody that will just give a directive and it will comply with. There's nobody checking. And that was why I used the word sincere, because such a fellow can abuse such position. But if you are sincere, then we need such a fellow that will come and give directive.
But this is democracy.
And that's the point. That's the pain. That's the pain of democracy. It has to go through this. This one need to vet it. That one need to check it. And at the end of the day, you become helpless.
Processes.
Regardless who is in the saddle, there are things you can never control.
All right, let me go to the comment section. Kingsley Smith is saying, "Gentleman Mike, you are a really gentleman. You're really a gentleman. I love your analysis and composure. Thank you so much, Kingsley Smith." Okay, to Baba Yaga, Obi said he doesn't care about the past leaders. Etc. Nigeria doesn't have enough jails to jail all these criminals. When the country is working, these people will run away by themselves. Gentleman Mike, you still remain the best in bystanders, big global city star. Kudos to you, sir. Thank you so much. I really appreciate you for coming on board this morning. Thank you so much, Gentleman Mike. On to the next one, Mr. Chide, the global analyst himself. You're welcome on the program.
The global CEO of Global Star, you're welcome.
Thank you so much.
I'm saying good morning to our global viewers all over the world. I remain your your global analyst. Then I want to say thank you to Mr. Andrew Gujimi. I've not been able to be here on Wednesday. Yes. Yes. Even by this morning, I should have been here. I have a program Saturday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday. But I say compulsory, I must be here this week to make sure I thank Mr. Andrew Gujimi for the blessing you gave to me through our sincere man and Mr. Mike Adekule. He delivered it. So sorry that if the application is coming late. Sorry, I got it from Mr. I say thank you. May God bless you very well.
No problem.
May God replenish your pocket. Thank you, sir. Mr. Andrew Gujimi.
Andrew Gujimi, we really
Yes, sir.
appreciate your support and your love, your kindness as well.
Yes.
Do they just criticize their successors? Do they just criticize former leaders? I'm talking about our leaders. Do they just criticize them? What do they also? What did they do? What did they do to make the country progress? Is there any good legacy they left behind for the for other leaders?
Mr. Mike, see what happened is this: when you were in an office, you certainly have a dossier of how you performed. You surely have the statistics of how you perform. Except that this yourself. They say a bad man knows if it's bad. He's only waiting for somebody to tell him. That's the right language. Any rumor, any best of Olongwa. And if you perform worse, if you perform good, you will know. You have the record yourself. You will know you have the facts and figures. Obasanjo was once in that was in that position. First as Minister of State, now as ACS of he knew what he did. Get my point? So having had a dossier statistics and facts and figure of what he did, how he ruled the country, he will now is forced to compare that with somebody else now who is in the same position. That's what's happening. He's comparing what he did, the facts and figure of what his ambition was like, with somebody else who's also there now. He's now checking his stability, places side by side and seeing how I performed when I was in office with how somebody else is now performing. And it's a matter of fact that he will surely find fault or kudos in the next person occupying the office. So if you have said that, hello, Mr. Tinubu, if care is not taken, your corruption index will dwarf that of Buhari. Here's the fact. Don't forget Obasanjo when he was in power. He had good things work for him. This institution fighting corruption was started by Obasanjo, AFCC, ICPC, NCC. Just name it. Even it was one who minified this current, telecommunication system we have now. So he had part of figure of how he ruled this country. He's now comparing with what is now obtainable now with present government. He knew that what I did compared with what I'm doing now, they are not the same page. That's why he has a God to tell Tinubu that, look, the way you are going, your corruption index will be even worse than that of Buhari. He said Buhari is worse. So here's the fact. It's based on that he's talking. So for somebody, if you have not been in a opposition before, you wouldn't know how it is. But having been there, you saw how you did compared to somebody who's there now. You can compare and contrast. Are you better than me or are you worse than me? That's what gave us the current opportunity to say that you are. If you are continuing on this trail you are going, your corruption index will drop that of Buhari. That's why Obasanjo has the grant to say that.
But the same Obasanjo is known for clashing with successive administrations.
Obasanjo has a right. Yes, forget it was.
Some said the comments he made recently is politically motivated.
Obasanjo is an individual. He has entitlement of being a Nigerian to talk, to speak, to associate, to vent his opinion on national issues, even on many things. So if he has said that so thing
without considering his own
has a fundamental right to do that. Mr. Mike, you are doing assembly us here now. We are making our personal opinion. If Obasanjo should come here, he will also express his own opinion. So he has expressed his own personal opinion. So he's not bound. He has no apology to anybody. Just I'm expressing my own opinion. I have no apology on anybody because I'm not imposing this on anybody. I'm not imposing on anybody. I'm saying how I felt. So Obasanjo has the right to say how he felt on any matter. And once he does that, he's entitled to it. Once he's not imposing this on anybody. This is how I feel about so matter. He has the fundamental right to say that. And once he said that, it remains only as an opinion, not authority on anybody. And so he has the right, as former president, yes, as an individual, Nigerian, yes, fundamental right as an individual to say however he feels on any matter. And that he has done. He's entitled to it. He has no apology to anybody. I have no apology to anybody. What I'm saying, I feel I'm not abusing, insulting, But to say this is how I felt about social issue, a person has the right to do that, which I'm doing also. So, irrespective whether he was the former president or not, don't forget, like I said, during his own tenure, there are statistics that say facts and people of how he operated in that office. It's not comparing with who is operating now, and now comparing and contrasting. Do I feel better than this? Or those man is feel worse than I? So, in his opinion, if he conclude that you are worse than I, he says it.
During his visit to Bala Mohammed, he condemned and criticized the policies of President Bola Tinubu. Who am I talking about? I'm talking about the former Anambra State governor, Peter Obi, and the presidential flag bearer of the Labour Party in the 2023 election.
Yes.
He said, truly, he promised us that he will continue from where his predecessor stopped. And this is the result.
Obi is still saying this. He's still doing the same thing. Like I said, Obasanjo has the power and has the right, which I'm also doing now. Obi, whatever Obi says, purely his personal opinion. Yes, everybody can look. If you take a sample of people's opinion, you surely get people who speak other than opposite what Obi said. Who praise Bola Tinubu to the high heavens. So if Obi has said that Tinubu is doing this, that's no personal opinion, that's no personal assessment. He has no apology to anybody. Come and say your own. Make your own statement how you feel about the government. So Obi's statement is not an authority statement on anybody. Yeah, it's not a lauding to anybody. If I'm asked to say things about how Tinubu perform, I have my own view to say about it. Obi should not, nobody should bother himself or threaten or feel bad that Obi, why is Obi saying this? He has the right to say how his personal opinion is on any matter, and he has said so. So be his. It remains his own opinion as far as it's not making it compulsory, not to anybody that he must force this down people's throats. No, I respect his opinion. He should respect me. That's Obi purely his opinion. That's it.
Thank you so much, Mr. Logide. I really appreciate you. Yes. All right, viewers all over the world, we appreciate you for joining us this morning. We'll be back here around 8:30 for another interesting topic. Please stay tuned. Please subscribe, share, and like. I appreciate every one of you. Goodbye.
Our set is spoiled. Something follow you.